It was wicked and it was intense. You can see it coming in, the sheets of rain sweeping across the city.
Oh my God!
Although the warnings were there, nobody could have predicted just how wild it would be.
We had some pretty good indicators. We had watches issued fairly early in the day, and they were upgraded to a warning once we realized how intense it was going to be. But I don't think anyone really expected it to hit with quite the ferocity that it did. Some parts of the city absolutely slammed with hail. We had a very intense lightning.
Even first responders were caught off guard, scrambling to manage the overwhelming calls to emergency.
911 answered 246 calls. This is 6 times the average call volume that they receive at this time. And fortunately, it occurred during a shift change, which allowed 911 staff that were oncoming and off-going to be able to answer calls.
Crews attended hundreds of incidents, even having their own troubles getting to the scenes as they too were forced to navigate through the storm.
Because of the way the storm came through the city, there is widespread impact through the city. We know when the rain initially hit and the heavy water hit, those trouble spots were around primarily catch basins and through flooded roads and through the downtown core.
The severe weather always compels viewers to grab their phones and capture video of the storm's movement. The pelting rain, the toonie-sized hail, and the powerful winds all caught on tape.
The lady's just walking her way out of that mess. It's like a river down there.
This woman tried to wade through the knee-deep hail. A good Samaritan eventually moved through it, making a frozen path to reach her.
That's like insane. He's trying to walk there. Look at that.
This blinding storm lasted about an hour, but the damage will linger for a whole lot longer. Jill Croteau, Global News.
Now at its peak, the winds roared at least 80 kilometers an hour and they took a toll. Trees, power lines down across our city, and at one point about 20,000 people were without power. Tracy Nagai has been covering that side of the story and joins us live from the community of Crossroads in the Northeast. Tracy, the damage seems to be pretty widespread.
Well, this is one good example of some of the unbelievable damage we've seen across this city. This tree uprooted and now laying in a field. But it wasn't just the wind or the lightning that left its mark on Calgary. Here's a look at some of the other damage that took place. Cars sit trapped in what looks like an ice field. The vehicle's no match for the onslaught of hail and rain.
Good firewood here.
In Crossroads, volunteers clear branches from the community center's parking lot. But some jobs are too big for just 3 people.
It's shocking. I mean, it was hail, it was strong, the winds were so-so, but wow, like to see this kind of devastation was pretty shocking to me.
A couple blocks away, an entire street is taped off. Wires lay across several vehicles and trees are strewn on lawns.
It started raining and all I could hear was the thunder and the lightning, and there was this big noise and it scared me and I ran back in. It looked like from the street over there, it looked like this part of the tree was on top of the house. And I thought, oh my God.
Linda Coffin is lucky. The tree fell across the road, but others didn't get away unscathed, with thousands of people reporting damage across the city.
It's bad for the people that are getting affected by it. I feel bad about that, but it's been entertaining as far as normal life goes, right?
For some, it's unclear when life will return to normal, with a big cleanup job ahead. Many trees have been damaged, unable to catch a break. For others, it's about making better decisions the next time around.
There was quite a bit of water. I thought I could make it, but I guess I couldn't, so now my car is stalled. But when it stalled, I felt pretty stupid. With many yet again caught off guard by the sudden storm, it could take some time before the true scope of the damage is tallied up. Now, the storm hit around the dinner hour, and while crews were out right away getting to some of the most badly hit areas, it won't be until tomorrow morning that people get the actual effects of tonight's storm. Paul?
All right, thanks so much, Tracy. That's Tracy Nagai in Crossroads. Now, one apartment complex in that northeast neighborhood took a direct hit tonight. The roof ripped right off and water made its way into the units. Gary Bobrovitz now with more fallout from the fierce storm.
It was raining pretty steady inside the Cedar Court apartments. That's because the building's roof blew off.
My friend told me don't go inside, and there's the water is flood everywhere, like on the hallways and washroom and bedroom. So my God.
Residents from 6 apartment units were forced to move out. They don't expect to get back in until the repairs are finished, and that could be weeks.
Unreal. Unreal.
This is what the storm looked like from inside one of the apartments. Heavy rain and hail whipped up by high winds, ripping through this Crossroads neighborhood.
You can try to walk there. Look at that. Oh my God.
So we're just standing outside. We heard a clap of thunder and we thought we seen something fly off the roof, and my mom and I just looked up and we seen the hail come down, and then the wind picked up, and all of a sudden the roof just blew right off and landed right here.
From the top of the 3-story apartment block, this is where large parts of the roof ended up, in the courtyard. There are bricks, steel, and other debris scattered around. Just a few blocks away, another roof collapsed. A City of Calgary storage building was blown down on 16th Avenue at Deerfoot Trail Northeast. It holds sand and other supplies for road crews.
Wow.
Fast, wet, and furious, this flash storm left its scars in this community. Gary Bobrovitz, Global News.
Now, it wasn't just Calgary hammered by this storm. This is Elbow Valley, just southwest of our city limits. And this video was one of the first we got from a viewer that signaled what was on the way. So much hail, it looked like Snowmageddon all over again. Meantime, to the southeast, children's toys, no match for the wind and rain there. This video shot by a viewer in Langdon. Flash flooding also being reported in that town. And we're going to bring in Paul Dunphy, who's been tracking this system all day and all night long. And Paul, we knew it was going to hit, but I don't think anyone expected it to hit with this much vengeance.
No, you know, I haven't seen anything like this in a very long time, Paul. In some parts of the city, people were saying, oh, we just got a little bit of rain, you know, and some lightning, but no hail, no real intense winds. There were a lot of areas damaged by this storm, however, as you just saw. Temperature at the airport, 13 degrees, northwest winds at 7. This is what the Doppler radar looked like as the storm went through. This is just around 5 o'clock, and we did have some radar outages today, by the way, where the rain disappears, like right there. That's when the Environment Canada's radar went down briefly. It was coming back on and off throughout the storm. But that was the first wave that went through. We had a second wave right in behind it that was through a little bit quicker than the first one. This is the current Doppler radar, and I'll stop it at the end here. You can see that we do have some cells moving toward the city of Calgary, and the forecast models are putting this, and there is some lightning in there, into the city in the next hour or